into Miami, but build a comfortable lead. It's down to 6. They've been sloppy. They've settled for some outside shots that were maybe a little too quick in the clock, and Miami with a chance to get right back in it.
Walker gives it right back. Here's Wade. Yes.
Now that he's got his rhythm, and you know you can't foul him, he's gone to the rim a few times. Now those wide open jump shots from 15 feet are there.
So the 12-point lead is down to 4, and the Cavaliers want to talk it over.
Well, it's been a tough night for Wade, a lot of turnovers, so he's saying, well, I better not pass, I better just shoot. He's starting to find the range.
This weekend, all the drama is on TNT.
I'm going to win.
Friday at 8, Drumline. And Saturday at 8, Remember the Titans. All the drama, all this weekend is on TNT.
I love Chicago.
Give the gift of a destination. Introducing the Southwest Airlines gift card only at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
Strange going on. Over 1,000 people insist they've seen something in Loch Ness. And yet when science is applied, like this expedition here, what's going on? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do you see that? There. Oh my.
Why would I want to be in your 5?
Why not? I'm Dwayne Wade. My 5's hot.
You hot right now, but I'm a legend. I'm an icon. Everybody knows me.
Dwayne Wade?
Hey.
I'm such a big fan of yours, and we're so amazing. You're such a great player. And oh, I'm sorry. Is this your dad?
Who's in your fave 5? Introducing my faves from T-Mobile. Unlimited calls to any 5 people, any number, even landlines.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by the U.S. Air Force, celebrating 60 years of innovation in air, space, and cyberspace. By PlayStation 3, Play Beyond. By Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. And by T-Mobile, stick together.
Back in Miami, it is time for tonight's Toyota moving forward.
Well, the Cavaliers played 10 games away from Quicken Loans Arena during the month of January. Now they get back to playing at home, and they really need to establish that home court advantage again. They've lost 3 of their last 4 at home. They're 16-6 overall, so they've done a good job of it for the most part, but a recent slide and this next 5-game homestand will be very important for them.
Oh, good play by Posey, deflecting it off LeBron James, who was looking for help.
And that's a rookie mistake right there. Daniel Gibson right there gets a pat on the back for LeBron right there. Didn't set LeBron up very well out there. He didn't see how quickly James Posey was trailing on that possession.
5.5 to play in the 4th. Here's Wade putting it up for O'Neal, not able to stop. Cleveland is led by as many as 12. It is now a 4-point lead. Shaq jumping out on James. Shot clock down to 6. Is good over Posey. Rebounded by Walker.
You know, you have to be selective when you run. I thought the Cavaliers had a chance to push the ball in transition there and get an easier shot. Instead, they pull it out and they end up getting a fadeaway jumper from Drew Gooden at the end of the shot clock.
Wade pops it out. Posey for 3. Dwayne Wade had scored the previous 8 points for Miami. The 3 by Posey brings the Heat within 1.
And I think really the defenders are sagging because Dwayne Wade has been getting in the hole so much right now. James Posey as well as Antoine Walker, their men, they had wide open shots.
Here's James, turned back by O'Neal, and last touch by Miami. They have 5 on the shot clock. Cavaliers will put it in play.
Poor execution by Cleveland. Ilgauskas forgot to set the screen that was going to pop James open, so he was forced into traffic. Lucky to get the ball back.
It's been an 11-0 run for Miami. Shot clock to 3. Down to 2. Here's James firing. Rebounded by Gooden. He's fouled. It counts. The foul on O'Neal. The basket counts. And Gooden will go to the line.
What a huge play by Drew Gooden. Cleveland, the second best offensive rebounding team in the NBA. And Gooden comes up with a big one here. You see his headband get knocked off. And he still finishes the play. Maybe a generous continuation call there. But he will put Cleveland back up possibly by 4 if he can knock down this free throw.
I thought he got fouled twice, and he might have been fouled on the rebound on that, Steve.
And that was number 5 on Shaquille O'Neal. Gooden not able to complete the 3-point play, so the Cavaliers lead by 3 as we come up on 4 minutes to go in the 4th.
A high pick and roll right now. This is the signature play for the Miami Heat.
And Wade tried to bank it, rebound O'Neal, and he is fouled, but Ilgauskas could not prevent the basket. Mike Brown says no, it should not be a continuation.
Too big, too strong. If you're gonna wrap Shaq up, you better jump on his shoulders. You can't give him a St. Valentine's Day hug. Look at that.
And Reggie, we're talking about a guy who's 7'3", 260.
I don't care. You got to start from the shoulders up.
So the basket counts. O'Neal completes the 3-point play, and the game is tied at 78. So a good finish here in Miami after both clubs struggled in the first half. Shaq, 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 of 7 at the line. James, will it count? Yes, it does. And the foul.
3 straight continuation plays. The first one by Gooden, then with Shaq, and now back to James. This is the NBA. The rule's a little different than it is in college. Shaq with the block, and James puts it up. Absolutely. This is a continuation play, and that is the number 5. No, it's number 6 for Shaquille O'Neal, and that's going to do it for Shaq.
Shaq remaining on the floor, and the officials now checking with each other as to who the foul was called on. No official announcement. It appeared that it was O'Neal, and now Shaq leaves. So Shaquille O'Neal is fouled out. He goes 28 minutes. Pretty solid return when you consider the knee problems and the calf problems. 16 points, 8 rebounds. Still not on his usual form, but has to be pleased with what took place here tonight.
Well, you talked about Cleveland's schedule. I think the schedule kind of is in the favor of Miami Heat as well. Not a lot of back-to-backs. They've got days in between each games right now. So this is a chance for Shaquille to get practice time and to work on some things as well.
Yes, Miami at Milwaukee on Saturday. Monday night back home for Charlotte. In a stretch playing 3 of the next 4 on the road. Here's Wade. Oh, what a move. Wade flipping it. And Miami is within 1.
And with Shaq out, Miami decides to go to 1-4 flat. No high screen. Just let Wade go from the top of the key, and he's absolute murder from there.
He's had 12 of his 29 here in the 4th quarter. Shot clock down to 5. Open 3. Rebounded by Gooden. Keeps it alive. Gets it back to Gibson. This time passed on the 3. Whoa, Gibson almost had it picked off by Wade.
Ill-advised pass there by Zydrunas Ilgauskas. LeBron can't defer. He's got to take over, just like Dwayne Wade's going to take over for the Miami Heat.
All right, here's Gibson from downtown. Just grazed the rim.
Inexperience. I thought Gibson had the advantage after Wade went for the steal. Cleveland had a 5-on-4, but he pulled it out.
Just under 2.5 to play in the fourth. Wade able to maintain his balance. Now Wade with the shot. Yes. Miami by 1.
What great players do, even on their worst nights, they find a way to win.
And no one will say anything about the 12, 13 turnovers when Miami finds a way to win this basketball game.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the fourth. LeBron James from downtown. The long rebound is handled by James.
And Gary Payton and James Posey looked at one another saying, you get the rebound. No, you get the rebound. You guys got to be aggressive. The hot potato out there.
Good. And that's a 3 once again for Gibson. Timeout is taken by Miami. The rookie from Texas, Daniel Gibson, has been red hot from downtown.
For years, many half-ton V8s have put out less than 380 pound-feet of torque. You wanted 401 pound-feet. That's a lot of gravy. Available on the all-new full-size Tundra. Learn more at Toyota.com. For decades, certain half-tons came with a 4-speed automatic. You asked for a 6-speed automatic. Happy birthday. Available on the all-new full-size Tundra. Learn more at Toyota.com.
Only Pizza Hut Pan Pizza gives America more to love. And no wonder it was preferred over Domino's and Papa John's almost 2-to-1 in a national taste test. Right now, get any pan pizza, any toppings for just $10. Want more taste? Get America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut.
In one, the curse was born.
Ever since your sister went inside that house, she felt like someone was there with her.
Now, it won't die.
Don't go in that house.
The Grudge 2 on DVD February 6th.
Sunday. Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. Beginning February 1st, come experience TCM's 31 Days of Oscar, a festival of over 350 Oscar-winning and nominated films, leading up to the Academy Awards on Sunday, February 25th. The only way to watch TCM is with Time Warner Digital Cable. Plus, watch the great classics whenever you want with TCM On Demand. There's never been a better time to get Time Warner Digital Cable.
At UFC 67, it will be all or nothing when two of the most dangerous fighters in the world make their long-awaited UFC debuts. Quentin Rampage Jackson and international superstar Mirko Cro Cop. Then new UFC middleweight champion Anderson the Spider Silva brings his devastating strikes to the octagon against the Ultimate Fighter winner Travis Lutter.
Man, that was impressive.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship presents UFC 67, All or Nothing. Live Saturday, February 3rd from the Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas. Only on pay-per-view.
There's only one Sunday a year where you'll find all the action. Superboys Sunday.
Would it kill you to throw the ball on first down?
Coach can actually hear him through the TV.
All 13 episodes of My Boys. Sunday at 5 on TBS.
Coming up next, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns. That'll be game 2 of our TNT doubleheader. And then it's the award-winning Inside the NBA. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Magic are in the studio. And they will also have another TNT fundamental. Dwight Howard teaches us the ins and outs of the art of rebounding. How about the rookie, Daniel Gibson, career high now, 19 points. He's 5 of 8 from the field. He's at 4 of 6 from downtown. Coming into tonight, shooting 45% from beyond the arc. So Cleveland back up by 2 points with a minute and a half to play in the fourth quarter. And Wade puts it behind the back against Hughes. Wade going one-on-one and draws the foul.
Boy, Mike Brown is just so upset because I don't know what you can do defensively. And Wade does this better than anybody in the NBA. But Varejao was there defensively. Wade just jumped into him, created the contact. I'd like to see a no call in that situation. Here's the 1-4 situation, the flat. They've been running this play the last 5 or 6 possessions. Varejao's there. You know,
and I think Larry Hughes did the right thing by forcing him right. You know, he's much better going left. He did the right thing by forcing him right. But if I'm Mike Brown in Cleveland, you got to send someone at Dwayne Wade. I know Gary Payton's on the floor right here. You got to send who's ever guarding Gary Payton. Get the ball out Dwayne Wade's hands.
Wade is now 16 for 16 at the line. Incidentally, the NBA record most free throws made in a game without a miss. That record held by Dominique Wilkins, 23 of 23. So Dwayne's been turning it over, but he has taken over this game in the fourth quarter. He now has 32 points and make it 17 of 17 at the line. The game is tied at 84.
Meanwhile, Mike Brown goes offense, defense. He inserts Gooden in for Varejao for offensive reasons.
There's a quick pick and roll with LeBron James for an isolation. You see, if I'm LeBron, I do the same thing that Dwayne Wade's going to do. Clear it down to a 1-4. Let him go one-on-one.
Shot clock to 3, and here is James. And a foul call.
This is why you have to have a superstar really at the end of games if you're going to be a championship team, because in crunch time you got to get to the free throw line and you've got to be able to give the ball to one guy and say let him go.
Foul on Posey. Both teams are over the foul limit. Let's check in with Ernie Johnson back in Atlanta.
All right, thank you, Marv. As LeBron tries to break the tie, a reminder that Steve Nash and the Suns playing host to Tony Parker and the San Antonio Spurs. That comes your way next. It's game 2 of our doubleheader. Both of those guys named all-star reserves for the Western Conference today. Back to you, Marv.
All right, thanks, Ernie. LeBron missing on the first. Only a 69% free throw shooter. Once again, the Cavs hurting themselves at the line. They're 13 of 20 at the free throw line, and he misses on both.
This is reminiscent of some games last year, more in particular against Los Angeles. He had this same opportunity at the free throw line, missed both of them. The game ended up going into overtime. But when your best player can't knock down the shots, as Dwayne Wade shows you why he might be the best player in the NBA.
That counts, and the foul. So Wade now with 35. He is 18 of his 35 in the fourth quarter.
This is the best bad game I've ever seen a player have. I mean, Wade was atrocious for 3 quarters, and he's somehow just taken over the game. 35 points, and Miami has run one play for the last 8 possessions. Just clear it out for Wade.
And you see the stat line, which also includes 12 turnovers, but as you mentioned,
you won't even hear about those 12 turnovers from this fourth quarter performance, and if they end up holding on winning this ball game.
Well, that's point number 19 here in the fourth for Wade. 19 of 36. Miami up by 3. They've come from behind. They've trailed by as many as 12. A timeout taken with 46 seconds to go in the fourth.
Every day, Lexmark printers go to work for some of the world's most important companies, including 75% of the top banks, retailers, and pharmacies, and their performance gets noticed. Last year, the top U.S. independent test labs awarded Lexmark more laser printer awards in its class than any other leading printer brand. Isn't it time to put Lexmark to work for your important company?
Cheez-It packs so much real cheese in such a small bite. People are wondering,
how does Cheez-It do it? I know. They just... Cheez-It. Cheez-It.
Lots and lots of cheese baked into little bites. Cheez-It, the big cheese.
Games are won and lost in the fourth quarter, but you need superstars to execute. He's going to put the pressure on you by taking the ball to the basket. So when that sets up, right there, he dances with the ball a little bit, comes up with a jump shot when you lay off. And then when the hole opens up for the and one, Dwayne Wade puts so much pressure on you because he attacks the basket so well. He gets his team in the bonus. He gets to the free throw line 18 times, 18 for 18. And right now, they're sitting on a 3-point lead.
With 7.5 minutes to go, the Cavs led at 76-64 over the last 2 seasons. Cavaliers 23 come from behind wins, followed by Dallas, Miami, and Utah come from behind wins with a lead of 10 or more.
That's based on defense generally. When you're down 10, you got to be able to make stops. And Cleveland probably tries for the quick 2 for 1, and James draws the foul.
It is a blocking foul on Posey and a technical foul
on Ron Rothstein. He is irate right now. And that is a big call, not only for the foul, but for the technical, because this potentially could tie it up. Sean Corbin's had a twigger tonight. You've got your best free throw shooter and Zydrunas Ilgauskas at the line for the technical. And here comes the question. You got LeBron James going back to the line. He missed his previous 2.
Well, Ilgauskas, a 79% free throw shooter.
Well, here's the play in question. LeBron looks to me like Ron Rothstein has every reason to be upset. James Posey in position. LeBron pushes off with that left arm. That's a charge. So Rothstein gets upset. But gosh, I don't know about that. Technically, in this situation, you got to allow the coach to get upset.
I understand that, but Dwayne Wade just got the same call at the other end. I mean, it wasn't that big as LeBron James has missed his last 3 free throws.
And LeBron, as we mentioned, just 69% at the line. He's 2 of 7 for the game.
And Eric Snow will check in for Daniel Gibson, probably for defensive purposes. He may guard Wade. And you got to wonder, Reggie, are they going to send a double team?
You have to get the ball. Get the ball out of hands. Let someone else beat you.
And you got to do it from Gary Payton. You know, he's the guy you have to prove that he can make an outside shot.
So the Miami lead is 1 with 44 and 8/10 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Teamwork, the foundation of basketball success. 5 players in perfect unison. When the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. When you trust your teammates as much as you trust yourself. Sharing the ball, blending your talents, drawing strength from each other. When we play as one, we'll defeat any 5.
Back in Miami, Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager. The Heat up by 1. Miami has a 20-second timeout remaining. Cleveland with 2:20.
Well, I love these timeouts. The last 3 timeouts Miami has called. You can see Ron Rothstein drawing up plays. He's drawing something on the board.
You know what he's drawing.
Come on. It's give it to Wade and get out of his way. Do you need to draw that up? That's all they run the whole 4th quarter.
On the flip side, if I'm Mike Brown, you can't allow him to continue to beat you. So you got to send someone at Dwayne Wade, get the ball out of his hands. Gary Payton or Udonis Haslem is the obvious choice. Make those 2 players make a play or a basket.
Let's go, Marty! Wade being played by Snow.
There we go.
And yes, here's the double. Vergil comes over. Walker gets it right back. Shot clock down to 7. And Walker for 3. Rebounded by Posey. A huge play by James Posey. Oh, look out. As LeBron James coming across inadvertently clobbered Dwayne Wade, who is obviously shaken up.
Well, we saw Kobe Bryant get suspended for a game for inadvertently elbowing Manu Ginobili. Now, this is going to be a big question by the commissioner, David Stern, on a very similar play from another one of its superstars, Steve.
And in the short term, is it a flagrant foul? That's what the question is, and I believe it is. You see LeBron trying to wrap him up. He's not trying to hurt him there, but he ends up in the wrong spot and tries to grab him and instead clubs him across the chin.
And we have to say that these 2 guys are really, really good friends. So it wasn't nothing malicious, and it wasn't nothing intently done by LeBron. Just got caught in the wrong position at the wrong time.
It is a flagrant. So Wade to the free throw line, and Miami will have possession. Dwyane Wade continuing his superb shooting at the line, 19 for 19. He has 2 free throws, and Miami gets the ball. They now lead it 88-86 with 20 seconds to go in the fourth.
And this is why when you see Cleveland play, you wonder if they're really a championship contender. They don't make free throws. They don't close games out well. They don't execute offensively. Now, they're a good team, but they've got a lot of growing to do.
Well, the Cavaliers led most of the way, led by as many as 12 with 7.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Dwyane Wade now with 21 points in the fourth, 21 of his 38. Foul is called on Snow. That'll put Wade back at the line with the Cavaliers over the foul limit.
He just might break that record if he makes these 2.
Because he's going to get the ball again.
He's going to get the ball again.
He's going to get the ball again because Cleveland's going to go for a quick 3.
And the record you refer to, Dominique Wilkins back in December of '92, going 23 for 23. Wade is 20 for 20 at this point.
Just incredible what he's done. How he made what was just an atrocious game into a performance, and finally
someone jinxed him at this table, and I didn't say a word.
We brought up the record.
Bring up the record. He doesn't get it.
Now this is the big one anyway. Make it a 2-possession game here.
So Wade hits 1 of 2, and he's only 21 of 22 at the line. 18 seconds left in the fourth. Miami by 4.
PSP and Memory Stick Duo. Share yourself. PSP.
Southwest Airlines game break. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, letting you know that they have begun in Phoenix. The Suns and the Spurs. Tim Duncan with an early bucket. Amari Stoudemire unable to answer. Will be taking you to Phoenix after they're done in Miami. Back to Mar.
All right, thank you, Ernie. Cleveland with 1 timeout remaining. Miami has 1. What a bizarre game for Dwyane Wade. 39 points in all, 9 of 20 from the field, 21 of 22 from the foul line, 5 assists, and 12 turnovers.
Well, it's not. The only thing that's really bizarre is the uncharacteristic turnovers. He shot the ball fairly well from the field. You need a quick 3 right here.
And here it is. It comes up short, rebounded by Haslam. And a foul is given with 11 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Well, looking back, coming into tonight, there were questions as to whether LeBron James would play because of the sprained toe. He did play and did not play particularly well, but he gave it a shot. 36 minutes, 5 of 16 from the field. Did have 9 assists, finishes with 14 points. Shaquille O'Neal also a last-second decision and did play, and actually, I think showed some signs. You see the numbers on LeBron.
28 minutes for Shaq, which is huge. With 2 free throws missed there by John.
All right, final seconds. Here is James, and gets the hop. And that's a 3-pointer, 1-point game with 3.6 remaining, and the foul is given. So Miami will go back to the line. Miami now clinging to a 90-89 lead.
And Cleveland does have 1 timeout left, so they'll be able to advance the ball to half court and get a decent look, conceivably, at a 3. Look at this shot from LeBron. Has not really stroked it well all game, and he gets it to bounce off that front iron.
I've seen funny things happen as everyone's starting to leave the building to get their Super Bowl festivities going late tonight. If he misses one of these free throws, Cleveland could win the basketball on a 3, but certainly they can tie it.
Well, he's now 22 of 23. It's a 2-point game. And Steve, as you mentioned, Cavs do have 1 timeout remaining, and they could advance to the front court. As Wade hits both, they take the timeout, and Cleveland will inbound in front court with 3.6 to go in the fourth, and could tie it with a three.
Great Scott! I forgot to tell Marty when he gets back to the future, he needs to get DirecTV HD. They already have all the best channels, and soon they'll have 3 times more HD capacity than cable. Impossible? That's what they said about my flux capacitor!
For a future of 150 HD channels, get DirecTV.
Back in Miami, 3.6 remaining in this fourth quarter. Cleveland at one time led by as many as 12. Miami up here by 3, and it will be Cleveland ball in the front court.
Well, you've got three-point shooters in, although surprisingly Daniel Gibson is not on the floor, but you've got Damon Jones, Hughes, Marshall, even Ilgauskas could step outside and knock one down from time to time. So you've got to figure they'll run something for maybe James on the penetration and the kick out. The question is, does Miami foul?
All right, Jones will inbound as James for 3, and that will do it. That was right on line, but Miami holds on for a 92-89 victory. They go to 21-25. The Cavs drop to 26-20, and Dwayne Wade with 41 points. He scores 24 of the 41 in the fourth quarter. Once again, the final score, Miami 92, Cleveland 89. You've been watching the NBA on TNT, the exclusive home of the 2007 All-Star Game from Las Vegas. Now we take you to Kevin Harlan and Doug Collins in Phoenix. Mark, thank you. A collision of 2 Western Conference heavyweights, San Antonio and Phoenix.